I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. And my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice hoarder and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice hoarder and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice hoarder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice hoarder. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice hoarder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice hoarder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to
Okay, someday one of you fuckers will hit age 69. Then I'll be able to giggity at you at your ages.
We'll get to it first.
You'll get to it several years before me.
No, but I mean, we'll get to the giggity first.
Yes.
If you don't think the first thing that comes out of my mouth that morning is nice, you're wrong. If I make it that far, I might not make it that far.
Isn't life expectancy for women in America like 80 something now?
Neither of my parents made it past 65.
I think for women it's just barely 80, but it's like you either make it to 60 or you go to like 90 these days.
Fair. All of my grandparents thus far have broken 80, so I'm hopeful-ish. And that's with all the smoking and other bullshit they did.
Well, I mean, the smoking just like preserves your body, you know, like a mummy.
You know, given how much a couple of them smoked, it wouldn't surprise me.
Did they drink too? Because that's also used for preservation.
Oh yeah, just like pickling all their internal organs.
Welcome to D&D,
Well,
everyone in chat. That's nobody at this point, I don't think, but in case there is, welcome to our talk on how to keep yourself alive forever, apparently.
I mean,
Bauer's immortality.
I mean, it
Bauer's
won't forever, but
yeah,
you can get like a good decade or two out of it.
Yeah, right? Like, that's basically how Bauer became young again. He just kept drinking until he pickled all his internal organs.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it happened, but that's close enough.
That's how he tells everyone that happened.
The never-ending booze cellar let him pickle himself. Yeah, I like the sound.
That makes about as much sense as we expect of any explanation around here.
It's true.
Hey, now.
I mean, at least it's an explanation.
I put great effort into a lot of these explanations. Thank you very much.
Well, for
I
me,
resemble that remark. Just none of you have guessed what the explanation is for Bauer yet.
Time Lord.
Didn't we already cover that with the Mind Flayer doppelgangers? I'm pretty sure that's right.
It's from the City
You
of
all-
Heroes universe.
You all guessed at it. None of you got it quite right.
We didn't get it quite right. That
Yeah,
means we
right.
were on the right track with one of the guesses.
There were a couple of bits of them that had like that were sort of close.
Half truths.
I see.
I don't
So
remember
he
which.
is an Avaleth doppelganger, not a Mind Flayer doppelganger.
Oh!
Got it.
Yes, you've discovered the secret. Congratulations. We'll shut down this campaign and start a new one now. All the mysteries have been unveiled.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Um. Yeah. Um. Speaking of campaigns, smooth segue.
Hey!
We should maybe get started? Question mark?
That works.
Does anybody remember what you guys were up to? Oh, other thing, I guess, before we get started with any of the actual stuff. You guys had the opportunity to commission some bullshit from the artificers at the university. Nobody posted anything in downtime activities. So speak now or speak now or hold your peace until you're back in Aventine again. Which might be a little while.
Is there anything that could... Damn it, what was I thinking of? It was in my head and then it was gone. Shit. Might be mostly like a spell storing thing, or...
I have an Ion Stone that stores spells. Although otherwise, I'd go with a Ring of Spell Storing.
Yeah, it was
But-
either that or like I don't think there's anything that can like increase freaking wild shapes, cause or make it whale shaping faster. It always takes up my action.
If only you'd asked one of the numerous influential druids you knew for that specifically.
I wasn't even thinking about it at the time.
If only. Well, that's Digoroy and Sadok and Cristona. Already has his belt with of spell storing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
All right,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
keep thinking. It continues to be on the books for next time you guys come back through Aventine, which may not be for a little while. So we'll see.
Maybe
Alrighty.
something that allows for ascending spell.
Sending
You mean
Stone?
Something like
sending?
that. Or like
Don't you guys own sending stones
we do,
already?
but I mean like, otherwise we have to give them to the other person. But right now there's no way to get to some of the other people.
I mean, I know the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah.
can always just use a spell slot for that. And I can definitely see I think we have a set of sending stones, but as long as we have one to the ship and one to the island, I don't know of anywhere else we really need to talk to that often.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Cool. All right. Keep thinking about them. Keep the thing. Alrighty. So, who all remembers what you guys were getting up to last session? And how that went? There was some shit that went down, if memory serves.
Yeah.
That was the hugs and kisses.
Fucking hell.
Socks.
Who didn't kill us?
And ran away like a
No.
little bitch.
No, he lived to hug and kiss another day.
Yeah, and I think we resolved to cut off all the eye stalks on one side so he's no longer symmetrical the next time we run into him.
We were just gonna mock him mercilessly every time we ran into him from now on.
We can do both.
True.
Also, isn't that basically what we do to all of our enemies?
I mean, got a point.
Yeah, you guys are dicks to your enemies a lot of the time. Sometimes it hurts my feelings.
In between you laughing at her comment.
um. Yes. So you guys had words with Zok. And by words, I mean you tried to kill each other. And Sadok shot a bunch of arrows in his eye and made him go away, as Sadok does.
AJ Sudoku was there.
Yes.
The kind of priest that I am.
Just shooting arrows in people's eyes and making them go away. Sounds weird for you.
He's an aberration. He's not a people.
Well, shooting arrows in things' eyes. Is that better?
Yeah.
Cool. Ba-dum-ba-da-ba-da. You guys dealt with him. You went into the Tarask. You,
Phrasing.
There's a
I know
story
what
for you.
Exactly what we did.
That's exactly what we tell everybody. That's a story.
you entered the Tarask. I feel like Bauer will
That might
almost
be worse.
I feel like Bauer will almost certainly end up telling people that you penetrated the Tarask,
Exactly.
which is technically correct,
I mean,
but
yeah.
very weird sounding.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
It's better than the other way around.
Oof.
Oh god, yes.
Yeah, you went into the Tarask. You left the instruments that the gnomes offered you guys. You then, you then went back to Aventine, had a little chat with Professor Gearhart, got a big sack of cash from him, and he offered to let you guys craft some or have some stuff crafted. And now you guys are heading towards the lovely. Oh God, this came out. Oh no, the lovely city or the lovely country, I should say, of Helgidoma. Did I miss anything?
Don't think so.
I think that covered it.
If there are any of the those stupid druids to spook off as we leave, then I'm down for that.
Make a perception check as you guys leave.
Come on, load. Nope.
You think you spy a couple of birds doing or behaving weirdly, but you can't quite be sure.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to spook
very-
regular birds.
You're very distracted by, I don't know, let's say Realm is showing you some very nice paintings she did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was the thing. Can I get Realm to paint me a new pet?
Oh yeah.
Vrel looks at you as you come back. Oh. Yes, I'll paint you a new one. You have to come into my studio though. It's where all my painting stuff is. And Realm will take you down into her studio in the airship, in the Falcon, which is, you spot while you're in there a new couple of paintings depicting the four of you guys, the party, performing various heroic or debatably heroic deeds as part of your travels.
That should be our team name, Debatably Heroic.
And she sits down at a stool with an easel and some canvas, and she starts painting a parrot for you, Diggeroy. And she asks you during the while she's painting it, she asks you for your opinion on like various colors for his feathers and the specific shape of his beak. What do you want your parrot to look like?
Hold on a second, I have to get over that pun. I'm thinking like a classic red parrot with a hooked beak.
All right.
Very traditional pirate.
She gives you a classic red parrot. It is the most good-looking parrot you have ever seen.
Yay.
Neat.
Now don't get smushed, all right?
Do my best.
Good. And the parrot flies up to your shoulder, sits on it, and says, "Squawk! When do we sail? Squawk!"
Are you gonna name it Polly? Is it gonna be super classic?
Is that or Iago?
Oh god, David has to do the Gilbert Gottfried voice.
Don't make me do that. I haven't seen Aladdin in ages.
He needs his
remember
voice.
what he sounds like.
He sounds kind of like the Affleck duck, incidentally.
Incidentally.
Well, you can do the Alan Tudyk voice.
Nobody can
The
do that.
fine actor who does poultry.
Oh yes.
Okay, properly reparroted. I'll then pay attention to running the ship.
All right. It's fucking Gilbert Gottfried who did it in the original one. Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god. No, I'm not doing Gilbert Gottfried. I refuse. Absolute refusal. You can get the generic fucking parrot voice.
What about the one that sings Let the Bodies Hit the Floor?
Is there a video of a parrot doing that? That's hilarious.
Yes, there is.
That is hilarious.
That's great.
Gonna have to check this out now.
Alrighty. So you have a new lovely new, of course. You have a lovely new parrot. You head onto the Falcon. Ramus continues to show you how to fly the thing. and he lets you take over for most of the way as you lift off and sail northwest. Northwest? Yes, northwest. Towards Helgedomer. Actually, if I can find it, here we are. So, I promise eventually there will be a more pretty version of this map, but for now this is kind of just one I had laying around. You guys are roughly, yeah, right? Leaving from Aventine and heading into Helgedomer. And no, it's not to scale. It's not 30 feet across the fucking ocean.
Running jump, got it.
This is hell. I have died and gone to hell.
Of your own making.
It's true.
Yep, the best hells always are, right? I'm getting too real for myself. Anyhow, you guys are heading from Avalon across the northwestern side of the Nutongi Ocean and into the lovely continent of Helgedomer. While you are on the way, I will request that each of you rolls me a d20.
Da-da-da.
And Digger, I need one from you too.
D20, not D4.
Oops.
What's with you guys and sixes?
Sign of the beast. This is hell, right?
No. No, it isn't. If anything, 3 is. In Yualia at least. Anyhow. So, on your way over... Unfortunately for you guys, I've updated my wild magic table. By which I mean I shuffled the positions of all of them. Ha ha ha. So, while about halfway through your journey, so with the Falcon, about 10 days into your journey to the shores of Helgedomer, I would like you all to please make perception checks. You are flying through, it's a cloudy day, you're flying through some clouds, but something feels off somehow. Alrighty. So, Diggeroy, actually all of you, all rolled pretty well. Something feels off. Yeah, everybody but Bauer, actually.
See, I got this.
Something feels off while you're all above deck one day. You take a look through the clouds, and you hear what almost sounds like a slithering noise. Except you're flying. How is something slithering?
Do we have snakes on board?
Oh no, snakes in an airship.
Motherfucking
It's
airship.
actually more likely that thing that attacked us the last time we were on the airship.
Yeah.
That
no.
slither before?
I don't
It did
recall a
not.
slithering sound, but
Is it a Sky
It did
Nutangi?
not slither.
I remember it looking vaguely slithery though.
It's a Slytherin.
it's ambitious and racist. Right.
See, Flint, you joke.
Motherfucker!
Nutangi in the sky now, bitches!
Fuck! Fucking Nutangi!
Right.
Finally, something I get right. I'm not happy about it. We don't know what the fuck's going on with Bauer, but Sky Nutangi.
It's been in my notes for weeks since somebody last brought it
God
up.
damn it.
Okay. Now that I'm done laughing at myself, yeah, the slithering noise eventually resolves not into snakes on a plane, but into what look just like the Nutangi you guys faced before, except instead of slithering through the ocean, they are slithering through the sky. They turn towards your ship as if directed to it. Lock eyes. Each locks eyes with somebody on deck. One stares at Kristana, another at, I guess, Sadok, and start moving towards you guys. I would like you all to please roll initiative.
Da-da-da-da-da. Nine.
Can I re-roll that? That's too high.
Want to switch? Want to trade?
Damn.
Well, so
You sure
got
it's
this.
too high?
Yeah, I'm not last. I don't know what to do.
That's the Alright. So, Sadok, the southern one has locked eye, and it's beginning to slither towards the ship.
Great, I'm gonna shoot it.
Cool.
The 19 hit.
Yes, it will. Can you
Then
total all of those up for me?
Yep.
I think it's somewhere around 100 damage.
101.
101. Nice.
Wait, are these things aberrations? I think we said they were.
They are not.
Okay, then
They
take
are,
off
in fact, ones drop.
16 from that.
Alrighty.
I still had favorite enemy on. So 85.
Alrighty.
And then I'm gonna jump back here.
Cool.
You got this, Diggeroy. I just pissed one off. You can deal with it.
Right. I can't possibly see how this could go badly.
Yeah, neither can I.
Oh yeah, Bauer's here. Okay. I was about to say, did Bauer ever drop his token?
Bauer, hit him with your sword.
Sword! This one's gonna come right up here. who was staring at Kristana. Mm, mm, mm. They don't quite have that much. Or maybe they do. Nope. I lied. So, the one that comes up to Kristona is going to make a pair of claw attacks at her, because claw attacks are fun.
Yep.
Cool. That's 53 damage as it hits you with both of its claw attacks, and it grabs you in one of its claws as it does.
Big oof.
So you have been grappled. Diggeroy, remember how the Nutangi had the ability to fire water blasts when they were in the water?
Huh?
Well, they can't do that here because there's no water. But
Yay!
as it looks at you, as the big one that was focused on Stoke looks at you, you swear its eyes narrow as it looks at you, and it
Ooh.
gathers a sphere of white around one of its claws and shoots a blast of compressed air at you.
No, it's a pistol shrimp.
Are we gonna fight like firebending and earthbending Mutangi next?
Don't be ridiculous.
The
Like a
last
lava
boss in this
Nutangi?
campaign is going to be the Avatar Nutangi.
Yes.
Don't be ridiculous.
Sounds
That
reasonable.
would be completely absurd.
I believe I successfully duck out of the way of that attack, though.
You do. Yes. Yes, you do.
We can make the Avatar Nutangi the new god of this world.
Can't do a worse job than the current ones.
Ain't that the fucking... Anyone could do a worse job, or could do a better job than the current one. Anyhow. Power. This guy's within swording distance. As is this guy.
I'm gonna sword the top one since that one's chewing on Kristana.
Cool.
Hope it's allergic to mushrooms.
What's the size of this?
It is gargantuan.
Okay. But that's right where I want them. So we'll just go with the good old attacks. Try to smash.
Alrighty. Give it to... That'll hit. That'll miss. You still have Bless on.
Okay, so hit, miss, because reason.
Yes. Alrighty. So that's 21 on the one attack. He needs to make a wisdom save,
Wouldn't that be
which he will fail.
23?
Neat. Now he is frightened of Bauer until the end of Bauer's next turn. Bauer, you wade in cutting. You miss him twice, but your one attack gets him in the underbelly, and he looks a little frightened of you for it, I guess. Shrug. Ba-ba-dum-ba-da. All right, and is that your turn?
Yes.
Cool. Kristana, it is your.
Yeah, first things first. Let's turn on the spectral armor and just slip through those claws for the moment.
Alright.
Let's go over. We'll go over by. Actually, we'll get up over here first, and then gonna do. No, let's do Guardian of Nature first, and do the Great Tree one again. Get some temp HP.
Alright. You gain, what is it, 10, 15 temp HP?
10.
Something like that? 10 temp HP. You turn into what I can only assume is a giant mushroom tree. Like, you're basically a giant mushroom stalk. Like a mushroom dryad now.
Basically.
I don't know how that's different from what you were before,
Yeah.
but alright.
Less drow.
You are
Somehow even more mushroomy.
Yeah, somehow.
sure. That's what you are now.
Hooray. But yeah, that is all I can do at the moment.
Okay. Cool. Which takes us to Diggeroy. Diggeroy,
Alrighty.
how are you?
And well, let's try. Speaking of shiny colors,
Hypnotic pattern.
so I can put a square.
So
Right there and catch both of them. And nobody else.
that is some very creative placement. I'm genuinely
That's why I needed a. So they have to make
right.
fail.
They're both
Hey!
charmed.
Hey, look at that! A distraction!
We just keep flying by and they just stay there because they're flying, and we just say bye.
The one is like half landed on your deck. I don't know how that would work with it. But the other one is like basically just kind of hanging off. It's just hanging out off the side. Are you going to try and just leave them behind?
Well, we can leave the one behind, that's for sure.
Alright.
Yeah, steer the ship a little bit. Try not to bump them on the way out.
Well, certainly one way to solve your problems. You, how long is it? A minute?
Minute. It's concentration.
You take
but
a minute?
So. Not the full
Yeah,
minute.
nothing's-
But it's enough time to make some distance and then ready to beat the shit out of that just before it wakes up on its own.
Alrighty. So, everybody, I guess it gathers around the other Nutangi and, make ready whatever you need to fuck it up. I'm gonna move this one off to the side because I'm pretty sure if I hide it, it hides their initiative token. It is gone for now, though.
Okay. Well, I can't cast any more concentration spells, so everybody gets inspiration now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Just all y'all.
So hard to click just the number.
It's alright. We forgive you. Also, I don't think I've ever made a player or a PC on one of these character sheets, so I don't know. But alright. Everyone want to gather their tokens or not gather them around the remaining Nutangi
Yep.
and declare what you guys would like to do to it.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm gonna stab it, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Big Roy is going to stab it.
I'm gonna. First things first, I'm going to symbiotic entity and shillelagh and prep.
Cool.
Give it a couple whacks.
Cool. Sadok is going to shoot it, as I can only assume.
Oh, of course.
Unless you have any, like, ranger things you want to put on there.
Like,
Hunter's Mark?
I don't have it.
You don't... Huh. Alright.
I generally do enough damage without it.
True. What
I've
do
got-
you have for first level ranger spells, then?
That's a good question. Like, if I'm using
Zephyr
concentration, it's
Strike,
usually
absorb elements.
less. Zephyr Strike, absorb elements.
No, makes sense. Alright. Cool.
All right, everybody on
All right.
3.
1,
Two.
2, 3.
Two.
Roll your shit to try and kill it.
Oh shit! I have advantage, so I'm gonna do that. Nope. But I'll actually do with advantage. Come on. Advantage.
No. I've made a terrible mistake. I should have asked you to go one by one.
There we go. It's okay, only one of mine hit.
Same here.
Okay.
Let me check if I got it. Nope, just a hit.
Give me a second just to total all of Cool. So you deal 116 damage to it. A bunch of you managed to miss, or a bunch of attacks. It looks angry, pissed off, and it's bleeding a fair amount, but it is still up and it comes back to consciousness with a ugly roar.
Frickin' Nutangi.
All right. He's just going to go ahead and respond by taking a pair of claw. Well, he's going to take one claw attack at Digroy and then see how that goes. Nope. Does a 29 hit you, Digroy?
Ouch.
Just double check that real quick. It seems like the answer is yes.
Cool. So you take 26 damage, and you are grappled by it. And it is going to, in turn, start to fly off the edge of the ship with you.
Gonna whack it.
Go ahead and take your opportunity to attack Kristana.
Shit.
16 will not hit it. This takes us to Bauer. I'm going to assume was a little bit closer than that for hitting him with his...
Yes. Can I reach him?
Yep. Just barely.
Then usual thing.
Alrighty. Give it to him. The 16 will miss. The 20 and the 29 will hit. 20, 20, 19, 21. And it needs to make a wisdom save. Which it will continue to fail. Nice. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. It is hurt, bleeding, but still alive. Despite your best efforts, as it continues to attempt to drag Diggeroy into the open sky. Kristona.
Yeah, gonna try to stop that. So the first thing Kristona can think of is to hold up her staff and summon those pixies. And have all but one try to polymorph it, while the last one cast fly on Diggeroy.
Hold up there 1 second.
Yep.
The Nutangi is going to, from underneath,
Oh shit.
from where its claw meets its, from where the arm of its claw meets its body, what looks disturbingly like a human hand emerges.
What?
And it holds that hand out towards you. As from its mouth emerges an actual voice. And it says, "No!" And attempts to counterspell you.
Shit! What?
And it will fail to counterspell you.
Holy shit!
So I don't have to counter his counterspell. Good.
At least one of you guys has counterspell.
Yeah.
Um,
So let's go 7
yeah,
wisdom
so
saves.
what did you want to do? What did you want to... So you're trying to polymorph him?
Yeah. Let's just go bunny rabbit.
Well, he's saving against one real good. But his claws stop gripping Diggeroy so tightly until instead of being gripped by the horrendous claw of a flying shrimp monster, you are instead caressed by the loving, tender paw of a bunny rabbit.
It's a really weird fanfic.
I mean, I kind of want to punch it off me,
Don't.
but I know it's a bad idea. But I really want to.
The last thing to turn into a bunny is its head, and as it's as the head is turning into that of a bunny, it shouts, "No! Mine! Mine!" while staring at Diggeroy.
Let go.
And then the
Bad rabbit.
and it falls away through the clouds.
Speaking of falling away through the clouds.
The last one cast fly on Diggeroy.
Yep. You mentioned that already.
Yep.
I will casually float back to the ship.
All right.
That
Hold up
actually
a
went
hand and
reasonably
give
well.
high fives to the pixies. That one spoke and had a hand.
I saw that. I'm
Then
going
it had a little cotton tail.
to not dream tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think the last one we ran into talked, but the hand thing's new. And a bit creepy.
Everything in the sky tends to be creepy here. Yeah, pixie fives.
Behind you, the other Nutangi notices the bunny rabbit falling away and swoops down through the sky to pursue it after the hypnotic pattern wears off. It disappears into the clouds below it.
What is the airship term for go fast? Very fast.
Gotta go fast? Full speed ahead? Andale, andale? Vite, vite?
Which way is the
Schnell?
wind blowing? Do we go with the wind?
I assume that's all Rivis.
Yes, that is entirely Ren. He took the wheel as soon as Diggeroy, or as soon as Nutangi came in.
It's just a pause and then like on delay, on delay.
What was that other question that somebody just asked?
Do we go with the wind on this ship, or?
Meh. It's a nice boost and a nice little rest for the air elementals, but we don't need it.
We're gonna use it anyway. Tack across.
Alright. That's a thing that I definitely know what it means.
And it means angle yourself to get the most out of the wind.
Cool. Yes. Do that.
Hooray!
Ramesses and does it, or shows you how to do it.
That's a sailing thing. I'm sure Diggeroy already knows that.
Probably. It would probably be nice to make sure you know how to do it on an airship, though.
That's true. They have weird jib sails.
They do.
I do like the cut of their jib, though.
God damn it, Flint. Anyhow. Nutangi successfully repelled for now. You guys head off into the clouds. Diggeroy. The night of your encounter with the Nutangi, I would like you to make a wisdom save for me, please.
Yeah, fuck off, God.
Fuck off, God.
Piss off, ghost! Diggeroy, that night, you hear a little bit of echoing laughter in your dreams. And you, see an image, silent image. It looks like he's trying to talk, but can't. Of a well-dressed, middle-aged man, wearing a cloak formed from storm clouds and clothing of ice, modeled after contemporary clothing. He smiles a pearly white smile and looks like he's trying to speak, but can't quite manage it. Is there anything anybody would like to do on the voyage over?
Might be probably a lot of the time keeping an eye out from the crow's nest for various other things that are not supposed to be flying that end up flying, and then occasionally watching Realm Paint probably.
I keep rolling 100s on these natural event occurrences for you guys.
Uh-huh.
Never let it be said I don't give you nice things. What's everybody else doing? Just indulge my curiosity.
Sailing.
Drinking.
A little bit of that too.
Yeah, fair. What
Yeah.
are you up to?
Probably helping to sail the ship and
Sailing, drinking.
Assisting drinking.
Oh yeah, and if they ever need any help with stuff, I can do control winds. Keep us
That
on
is
course.
true.
on course.
I have a control weather with the harp. I haven't used.
Mm.
You could certainly.
So if we were worried about pursuit, we could absolutely do some craziness there.
Hmm. All right. So, as you proceed, as you all proceed along the path, about 2 days after you encounter the Nuntangi, I would like you all to please make perception checks for me, please. Bauer probably sees it if he's not trashed out of his mind. Yeah, everybody sees it. This was not a hard one, to be fair. You all, it's a you're flying below cloud cover for once today, but out of the clouds above you, you spot what looks like an enormous mechanical flipper swipe through the clouds and narrowly miss the Falcon before proceeding back up and into the clouds.
Metal whale?
Could be another way to build an airship.
Possibly. It's scaled such that the flipper is bigger than your airship, though. You can spot, well, what did everybody roll? Yeah, Diggeroy and Cristona can spot several kilometers away another flipper that looks like it's the opposite, that it's oriented the opposite direction, peek down out of the clouds as well. As
Are
other
the
one-
flippers really large enough to justify a multiple kilometer wide whale?
I don't know who builds mechanical whales.
Should we go try to see better? I'm pointing back at themselves.
I'm not sure I want to know. But yeah, we should. This is above the clouds that I'm seeing this whale thing.
Yeah, huh?
Can this airship get above the clouds?
Of course it can.
All right.
We could go as
So-
a bird.
Yeah, let's bring it up and maybe send a bird up to take a look. Send Kristone up to take a look.
Yeah, we'll go fungal and try to get up closer.
Alrighty. So you turn into a fungal and attempt to get up closer. And I need you to make. Huh. Interesting. So you fly up. You fly up towards the flippers. You're flying through the clouds. You catch a brief glimpse through your bird eyes. Excuse me. Of what looks like a mechanical body of some sort. You see spinning gears and what looks like magical engines driving something. But as you break through the clouds, you spot what appears to be a vast, wide open green plain in front of you.
Well, what?
It extends for several kilometers. At the center of it, there is a tower poking up. Around it, there is a small collection of buildings that looks like a little village. There are some small birds and other fauna pecking in the grass near where you are, and they look up as the fungal crests the edge of it and looks out across the plain.
Kind of staring at that for a bit. Not what they expected at all. And no sign of like a ship? Or is this like, does it look like it's on the back of whatever this thing is? Is it moving?
The thing is moving away from you as you, the thing is slightly moving away, but as you've kind of entered into, you're being dragged along with it a little bit.
So, Hell's moving airship. Got it.
Sure.
Wow. Well, let's see. Is there any... It's just like that tower in the distance, and then just like... And tower and like a village type thing in the distance, and then...
That is all that appears to be here. You can see the shapes of what looks like some larger fauna off in the distance. Maybe a couple of trees, but for the most part, it just looks like a wide, open, grassy plain.
Were they bringing the airship up at all, or no? Because otherwise, might...
Make a perception check for me, actually, while you're up here. So before, while you were flying through the clouds, you could hear like the whirring and clicking and mechanical noises of whatever flippers or whatever was driving the flippers of the body that you saw. Now that you've crested the edge and you're actually looking out upon what seems to be the top, you do not hear any of that.
Is it possible to land on this grassy area?
Sure, you can certainly try.
I'd like to try to do that and see if there's any like magic keeping people off of it or anything.
You land. The grass feels like regular grass, the sort that you'd have in a wide open plain on the surface. The birds around you casually look at you, but then go back to picking at something in the ground.
Gonna change back so that I can use one of the sending stones we got to contact the airship.
Sure.
There is a village on this ship.
What kind of people?
We have not gotten that close yet. There is grass here for a ways, then some village and a tower. Trees, animals. It is quiet in comparison. Should we attempt to find people?
I feel like it may be very important to know who's up here.
I'd be very concerned if you weren't curious about what's going on with a
Oh, hell
flying
yeah.
land whale. I feel like
Curious is the easy part. Is it worth not going to Helgi Domer as fast to find out? And I'm thinking yes, because there's actually no time pressure there either.
Yeah. Do it.
Yep.
I've done my best to avoid time pressures for a good chunk of this campaign, so you guys can go off on silly side diversions without.
This ain't silly, this is fucking awesome.
As necessary.
I want you to know I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad. Alright.
Owl's moving
So?
straight, yeah.
You guys want to take the airship up to this strange land in the sky?
Yep.
Alright. So, you head up. As you do, you see much the same as the fungal did. Some sort of mechanical, some semblance of mechanical devices that seem to be driving something. But once you reach the top, you hear none of it. You set down on the edge of the plains with the grassland ahead of you, grass rippling beneath the propellers from your airship, and look around. The birds stare curiously at it, a few of them startled away by the sound of propellers, but for the most part they sit and watch.
Just gonna be waiting for them.
So here's my question. Are these acting like wild birds that aren't used to people?
Make a nature check. Yeah, as far as you can tell. You know, they have no fear of humans.
They're also not trying to steal food from us.
That's true. Some of them are picking at food from the ground still.
So entirely unlike seagulls or pigeons.
Oh, they are not. They are neither seagulls nor pigeons.
So not a rat with wings. Got it.
Yeah.
They look more like sparrows type of deal.
Well, Diggory would be more used to winged rats anyway.
Yeah, it's a little bit out of his idiom to have things that don't try to steal your food and squawk at you all the time. So now that you're all up here, I'd like you all to please make perception checks for me. Yeah, Bauer and Cristona, you can see what look like some large plainsland animals off in the distance. It looks as if there's some bison who are off in the distance, just in a large herd, munching on some grass. There are a few birds flying overhead, some trees scattered about, along with just some scrub. The tower off in the distance.
Sorry, y'all, 1 second. My sound went out. I can't hear shit.
Nobody was saying anything.
Okay, good. I was completely like missing it halfway through while you were talking. But I can hear you again. I think this is okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, nothing immediately dangerous, so I guess we approach the tower now?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
You continue walking. As you proceed forward, you pass by one of the herds of bison. One of them walks forward a little and sniffs. Doesn't charge. You pass by a pack of wolves as well, looking for weaklings in the bison herd, but they leave you be. You're strange prey to them. You come up to the small village surrounding the tower. There's a note. There is a sign at the edge of the village that says, "Welcome to Arcadia."
Was the ship called the Arcadia? That's some awesome Harlock shit.
You can hear what sounds like festive music coming from within the village, and smell a very lovely, very nice roast, it smells like. As you come to the edge of town, you see a couple of children walking by, running and playing.
Kind of kids.
One of them is human, one of them is half-orc.
No, just kind of cancer head their way. A little nostalgic.
Hmm.
No one else is gonna do it. Might lift a hand to wave to them.
I was going to say the kids are ignoring us.
Yeah, they're just playing there. They don't seem to notice. You wave to them?
Yep.
Alright. You lift a hand and wave to them, and they spot you as the flurry of movement. And they kind of laugh a little bit, and they both wave back at you.
Plans to Diggeroy.
Only see the two kids?
You only see the two kids for now, but you can hear and smell the sounds of, the signs, words are hard, of plenty of other people around.
I guess continue approaching the village?
Alright. The kids wave at you, at the four of you as you enter, and they shout, "Welcome to Arcadia, misters and misses!" You proceed further into the village.
Yep.
Um,
Welcome to Arcadia. I like swords. Welcome to Arcadia. I like swords.
Oh, have I inadvertently made an old Final Fantasy reference? Whoops. Wasn't intentional. You proceed further on into Arcadia, and you follow the path between the buildings, and eventually it leads you towards what appears to be a village square of sorts. There are several large cook fires set up around it, with pigs and goats and various other animals roasting on them. There are people playing music and laughing and talking and drinking with each other. There are children running underfoot playing. It is midday when you arrive here, but you can see that there are what look like paper lanterns ready to be launched into the sky for tonight. Everything is vibrant and smells really good here. The music is wonderful. The food smells good. The people seem happy.
Shit, we found Omelas. Flying Omelas.
One way to keep out of everyone else's way.
Any place that looks like a tourism center.
Not really. There's a nicer, there's one house that looks a little bit bigger than the others that's set basically at the base of the tower. So as you've been coming closer to or as you've been entering and heading closer to the square, you've been getting closer to the tower as well. But everybody you meet seems to just smile and say, just smile and wave at you. Say, welcome to Arcadia! We're so glad to have you. Or some variation thereof.
Kind of awkwardly not at them. Have you, either of you, seen anything like this? At Realm and Remez.
Realm and Ramus are both looking around, confused. Nope. Ramus looks uncomfortable here. I don't trust people that look this happy. I'm going back to the ship.
Curiosity.
And he'll turn and...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
When he's gone, I like to detect magic.
One second. So the tower appears as very magical. Tower appears magical. Some abjuration, some evocation, and a lot of illusion on it. Nothing else appears magical, however.
Okay. So the people and stuff like that aren't illusions. Making sure of that, kind of.
So it appears. So you're in the middle of this, what appears to be a festival at this small town. Everybody is happy around you. What would you like to do, guys?
there any building that looks like an inn?
That was my first thought too. Like a tavern.
Yes, there would be. There is a building just off of the. There's a building just off the village square that has a sign labeled "Hair of the Monkey." In and
It seems a place that might be able to help a traveler. Head that way.
sure, you head towards the Hair of the Monkey. You enter within. There is a large half-orc woman behind the counter, polishing glasses and serving people. She nods to you as you come in. The tavern itself is filled with laughing and chatting people who are drinking heavily. It is high-ceilinged, well-lit. There's a collection of what look like paintings of locals around the walls of the bar. Looks like a reasonably nice place.
Find a seat.
Sorry?
Good table.
Find a seat. Table.
All right. The half-orc woman comes out from behind the bar. What are you having?
What do you brew here?
A little bit of everything. We got a pretty good lager. The pale ale is very good this year. I got a stout that one of the dwarves around here has been brewing. Some wine from one of the elves.
Hmm.
Can get you whatever you want. I can give you that if you want. It's grosser than it seems, though.
It's fine.
Trust me, I've tried it before.
Lady after Bauer's heart.
It's after your heart, man. I would like if you have any rum. It's been a while since I've had really good rum.
I think I can manage that. Do you want? Are you one of those who thinks of the really good rum as the stuff that like melts the hair off your chest, or the actually good rum? She kind of looks Stilroy up and down, eyeing him.
I've heard legend of rum that does both.
Let me take a look and see what we have. What about the rest of you?
I'll think a moment. We can try the wine.
Elven wine. A little bit of. Do you actually want a little bit of everything? Hey, pretty boy.
Yeah.
Do you actually want a little bit of everything to drink?
Well, I really want a lot of everything, but I'll take what I can get.
Ha! Good answer. We'll start you with a little bit of everything and see what you think. Then you can pick which. You can make an actual choice. Priestly fellow. What's your poison?
Oh, I think I'm good. Thank you, though.
Water for you?
No, I'm good without anything.
Suit yourself. It's all free. Festival time.
Link. What festival?
It's the Wayfarers Festival.
Wayfarers?
Yeah. Once a year for a week, we have the Wayfarers Festival. It's when anybody who wants to leave gets the chance to leave. And where we give our official formal welcome to anybody who's arrived in the last year.
Oh, you fucker.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's also so yeah, all sounds very lovely, but I don't know if we can stay for the whole festival.
She kind of shrugs. That's fine. You're more than welcome to come and go as you please. You all are new here, I guess?
Yes.
Well, good to meet some new people here. I'm Kalora. Ask me whatever you want about the place here. Just give me 1 minute and I'll come back and you can ask me over drinks.
Let's give a slight nod.
She comes back and she heads over to the door, or to the bar, and bustles for a little bit, and comes back with a tray of 4 drinks. There's a dark beer that she lays on the table in front of herself, a tankard of rum that she places in front of Diggeroy, a lovely goblet of dark red wine that she places in front of Christona, and a steel flagon, steel stein, sorry, that has a little bit of smoke coming off of it that she places in front of Bauer. Maybe a little bit of everything. Cheers. She raises the beer.
Very
I
slowly
pretend to
hiccup.
take a sip.
Does anybody actually drink?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Alright, slight sip.
Bauer. Christona tastes like real. Bauer, it tastes exactly like what you'd expect if somebody emptied every kind of liquor and booze they had into a single flagon.
So no regrets.
I've
Yeah,
heard
it
of
tastes-
this. I've almost tried it. No, it's not that good.
It tastes like the King's Cup at a party where everybody has wildly different tastes in booze.
Oh yes, that's it. The King's Cup. Thank you.
Also known as grog.
Well, yeah.
Frog can also be something else entirely, but
Mm-hmm.
I've
Grog is
always
kind of the
played
opposite.
with
But...
always played with just King's Cup for that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a bit of Lucky Charm. That's what that weird fucking thing is. Never mind me. I just found something in my carpet. Um, yeah, it just seems like booze.
So, how often do people leave?
Once a year. They
Is that
leave
because it's the
every
only time
Wayfarers
they
Festival.
can?
Sorry?
Is that because it's the only time they can?
Um, it's the easiest time. People have tried to leave other times. Um, Sometimes they succeed. Really, they leave this time of year because I think it's when we're closest to the ground. So it's the easiest way for them to make it safely to whatever's down there.
We have never heard of Arcadia. What is the history? We have never seen a town in the sky. Or grass in the sky.
To tell you the truth, none of us are quite sure. Um, the oldest person here, um, I think his name is Maximus. He's an elf. He's been here 500 or so years. And he just remembers coming here. The grass, the birds, the animals, and the tower. A couple other people were here before him, but they've been dead for ages.
How does it stay in the sky?
None of us know. Magic, I guess.
I glance to Realm and if there's any. I don't know if Realm went back with Remus, but
Realm is still with you.
I'm curious about her reactions to this.
Realm is looking and listening intently, and is jotting down notes in a notebook. But she looks just as confused as you. Must have happened after I went to sleep, or got stuck.
Glance back at the door a second and then up. Never been attacked by the sky monsters?
Um. Hmm. Not in my memory. What sky monsters?
I'll try to, I guess first things first, explain like the description of a new Tongi and then a description of one of those other things that came after the airship that one time.
Hmm. Never seen the likes of those before. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Who lives in the tower?
We don't know. Doesn't seem like it has any entrances. A couple of people have tried to climb it over the years.
Protected.
To get in. Sorry, what was that, Christina?
Boarded or just closed?
There are none. No doors that we can find. It's gotta be magic, but nobody's been inside to know for sure. Sometimes you see flashes from it during the night.
Flashes.
Flashes of light, different colors.
No windows.
There are windows. Just, sorry, I must have misheard what you said earlier. There are windows, just no, they're easy to get to. None of us can fly. Not anymore.
Hmm?
Oh, sometimes you get people who, either polymorph themselves into birds or some such, or, cast fly spells on themselves, or use a broom or some damn fool thing and come up here. As soon as they get here, though, the flight magic stops working. Only works on the island during this 1 week. If you're planning on leaving, you picked an opportune time to show up.
Yeah, I can see how that would make leaving difficult.
Yeah. How did you get here?
Flu.
How? Polymorph? Broom? One of those
Ship.
fancy airships?
Bird.
Ooh, airship. Those are very nice.
Yeah, I'd hate to have it stuck up here.
Well,
I'll actually drink some of the rum.
as long as you leave in the next 3 days, should be good. You actually drink some of the rum?
Yeah.
All right. Make a con save for me.
That's some good shit.
Now that's
All right.
good rum.
Oh, yeah. The hairs on your chest literally stand up as you drink this rum. It is good fucking rum, but it is strong as shit. You manage to avoid having them literally melt off your chest. But it's a close. It's good fucking rum, though.
What other activities happen during a Wayfarers Festival?
We release lanterns, so anybody who wants, who's left, can find their way home. We make sure we make sure whatever crops we need are planted. We eat, we dance, we drink, we feast. Then at the end of the week, there's a big old boat that we build. every year. Surprised you missed it on the way in. And every year, whoever wishes to leave can take the boat and fly. And they can leave.
The lanterns. Has anyone ever returned who left?
Oh, a couple. Last one was maybe 10 years past.
Are they still here?
I think so, we can. Go, what's his name? Go look around for Kellum. Oh, he might be here. Hey! Is Kellum here? Anybody know where Kellum is? And a few people look up and shake their heads. Might need to go look around for him a little. But, do you want? Wait a couple hours? Have a couple more drinks?
Slight nod.
He'll come by eventually.
And the elf you spoke of is the elder here?
He is. He is just around the square. His house is just up against the back of the tower.
I'll put that to memory. Think for a moment. Is there a specialty of the festival? Something unique to this place?
Oh, you gotta try some of the bison.
Are bison a thing that are like normal on the ground for Yualia?
There's a couple like regions in the like plains regions where they would be, yeah. Yeah. One of them is actually near where I kind of mentally placed the Opal Enclave in my head. So
Against their head. Sky bison. Curious.
oh god, now you've got me thinking about them eating appa. How could you do this to me?
I'm not the one.
You're the one who introduced Sky Bison.
You did.
Hey, they live on the ground.
In
The
the
ground
sky.
just happens to be in the sky.
Sky bison.
Don't throw shit.
So this is where buffalo wings come
We
from,
were
right?
already talking about Avatar earlier. So.
Buffaloes. Yeah, that's probably why I thought about appa.
Buffalo wings.
This is absolutely where buffalo wings come from. That's why they're such a rare delicacy. Because you have to get them from this one island that's only accessible for a week every year.
Other people do know about it. Okay.
Few people. Yeah.
I'm sure everyone in Flavor Town knows about this place and their buffalo wings.
Oh, of course.
Buffalo wings leave, they become sentient in Flavor Town.
Who do you think the primary customer of buffalo wings is?
That makes sense. Ghost Pepper, obviously.
So, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to keep talking to Kalora? Do you want to just sit and drink for a little bit? Do you want to wander around the city? Do you want to poke at the tower? Or do something else?
Could wander for a bit and come back. Check out what's going on in the festival.
That does seem like the best idea.
Alright. She tops up your drinks. Says,
Yeah,
take them on the road with you.
Like Dragon Con!
Take them on the road with you. Come back here when you're done. Maybe Kellum will be in.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. She gives you a wave and pounds her own beer. See you in a little while.
They head out. Christona's just gonna turn to the others. This is a very mysterious place.
Yes, it is.
Anything in particular you guys want to look for, or do you just want to wander around a little?
I think we'll start with just wandering around.
Yeah, what are some of the stalls or games or whatever the heck is set up around?
All right. There are what seem like some traditional festival games around. There's a few games that seem to regard around trying to catch fish with your hands that some children are doing their best at, and continually failing at, unfortunately. There are some roving bands of minstrels who are wandering the street. Tiggeroy, roll a D100. Humor me. Okay. The song you wrote about Zaylan has not spread to here, unfortunately.
Oh.
But they are singing some lovely. They're singing some lovely music as you head around. There are stalls with wares that you've that seem fantastical and weird. There are costume stalls around with very fancy cloaks and gowns and costumes. There are candy shops everywhere, and of course, at least one stall with a combination of the two of them that sells costumes made out of candy, including a marshmallow armor and gummy boxers.
Ah. Damn it, David.
It looks as if there's a group of people who are arm wrestling. There's a pen where it looks like people are trying to catch a greased pig. There's racing. There's a line. There's two lines of people facing each other, where there are people who are drinking flagons of ale, then punching each other in the face. There is a bear in a cage with a sign that says "Bear Wrestling." There's a "What's That Smell" booth. Yeah, it's quite something.
Christina might wander over and spend a little time trying to show the kids how to catch the goldfish. He's gonna have druidic skills.
All right.
Natural skills.
Does anybody else want to try their hand at any of the games, or
I'll try What's That Smell?
We'll try What's That Smell?
Yeah. Seems like a fun game.
All right. Anybody else want to try any games?
I think I'll pass on that.
Bauer? You want to try any of the festival games?
Good.
Come on, you know you
All
want
right.
to try What's That Smell with me.
Bear wrestling.
There is a game called Punch Drunk, in which involves drinking a flagon of ale, then punching your opponent in the face.
You could cast fist.
Wait, did I hear drinking?
Drinking
Yes,
and
there's a
punching.
game called Punch Drunk, which involves drinking a flagon of ale, then punching your opponent in the face.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Made it just for you.
I thought it sounded just up your alley. All right. Bum-ba-dum-ba-da. Who goes first? Sadok, you're up with What's That Smell first. All right. So, who's at? How many people? All right. There are 4 other contestants at the table with you. So everybody is given a blindfold, and you're all sat in front of a table. So something is placed in front of your nose that smells absolutely, truly terrible. Each contestant has to make a guess as to what exactly this terrible smelling thing is.
Did they steal one of Diggory's old exercise shirts? Maybe even his boots?
The other people make some weird guesses next to you. So one of them guesses a roasted dragon's thigh. One of them guesses pickled basilisk lips. One of them guesses a dwarf's bum. And one of them guesses an elven nostril. What would you like to guess, Sadok?
Well, these are the sorts of guesses we're going with. I'm gonna go with griffin entrails.
All right, roll
Smells
a
pretty
d20.
pretty foul.
The thing is, the blindfolds are lifted, and it is in fact griffin entrails.
Ooh.
You rolled a high enough d20. Good job. Unfortunately, you must complete at least one more round to knock out your competitors. The blindfolds are reapplied. A second smelly thing is put out in front of you. This one smells almost savory and smoky, but it's also got some rot to it. One of them, once again, guesses a dwarf's bum, and you swear that you can hear some small child giggling from behind your blindfold. What would you like to guess, Sadok?
Savory, but slightly rotten smelling, you said?
Yeah.
It's roast sky bison, but not fresh roast sky bison, like 3-week-old roast sky bison that has just recently been re-roasted.
All right, roll a d20 for me.
I'm consistent at least.
Well,
You are once again correct. It is in fact roast sky bison. The other people fail miserably, despite having grown up with roast sky bison. Shrug.
they've been imbibing in the other stuff of the festival and messed up their nostrils.
And the man running the game comes over to you. Well done. And he gives you 5 carved wooden tokens.
Cool.
End of the festival, or whenever you're leaving, you can turn these in at Maximus's house. He'll give you something for him.
All right. Thanks.
No problem. All right.
I'll walk over to this party. They're giving out free coins if you just smell some stuff.
Bauer, are you ready for Punch Drunk?
Yes.
Get it, Bauer.
All right. So, you have 6 flagons of ale placed in front of you. And you are placed across from what looks like a very buff man. He looks pretty fucking strong. I'm gonna paste you against the ground, son. He sits down across from you. Roll a d2. Wait, call high or low, then roll a d.
Low.
All right.
Nice.
All right, you're going first. You down your beer. Make me a con save. All right. You are just fine. What's your strength?
20.
Alrighty. So, He is. He manages to avoid getting knocked on his ass by your punch. Because that's all this is. That's all you have to do to win, is just knock the other guy on his ass. All right. He's going to step up against you. Child's play. He'll down his beer. He'll look a little bit wobblier than you did after drinking it, but he's going to get up and slug you. I need you to make a strength save for me, please. All right. You managed to avoid getting knocked on your ass by his punch. It is back
Kind
to
of
your
easy when I
turn.
hit like a small child.
Oh boy, I haven't even gotten started yet. Just a nice warm-up punch to crack my knuckles into place.
Tell yourself whatever you need to.
Drink, take another drink. No. Make another con save. You are just fine.
Woo!
You walk up. You want to slug him in the face again?
Yeah.
Oof. You managed to knock him on his ass. Oh, fuck. Wasn't ready yet. Fucking asshole. So, it's around this time, Bauer. You've been drinking a reasonable amount. Enough that you'd normally start feeling at least a little bit drunk. You don't feel drunk at all. Like, not even a little. But you've won punch drunk. After the disappointingly short tenure of the last guy who was the champion. And the man comes over to you and gives you 10 wooden tokens. Stick around a little bit more. You can have some more bouts against other people. People are always looking to challenge the champ. Give you 10 more tokens for every bout you win.
Works for me.
Hell yeah. Alrighty. Kristona, you're trying to catch fish with the children.
Really show them how.
Mm-hmm. Make me a dex check.
Okay.
Sleight of hand if you have it, I guess.
Nope. Athletics is the closest I got. But that's not Dex.
New.
Let's see.
Oof. You try and show them how. But the fish, aim ahead of it, like, you're supposed to. And you swear that you're going to grasp it, but you jab to the side of it instead of to the side of its forward trajectory instead of in its forward trajectory, and miss.
We have not needed to do this in a while.
Where did you grow up that you had to do this, lady?
Helgi Domer.
Ooh. Is that far away? It sounds far away. The little gnomish child who's looking up at you. She's barely a foot tall.
It is far down. And pointing in general direction from where they knew.
Oh. That's cool. Maybe I'll go down one day.
All right then.
Good kid. Good kid.
Yeah, that wasn't meant to come out like that.
Never
They
is.
never are.
Sometimes they are. Just, not always.
Might glance at the person running the thing. May we try again?
Of course. Go for it.
Narrow their eyes. Try again. Be very slow about it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boom.
Much better. All right, you jab your hand in like a striking snake, and you emerge triumphant with a lovely koi fish. Wow! You caught it, lady! That's so cool!
Yes. Slight not quite grin. I don't know. They generally don't emote that much. Are these consumed when they are caught? Like, tilting head.
No, no, no. You get tokens for it, though.
Oh.
And, goes ahead, the guy running the booth goes ahead and counts out a few tokens for you. You get 10 in total.
It's gonna split theirs with the kids.
Wow! Tokens! The little gnome girl looks up at you, eyes shining. I've never gotten any before. Thank you so much.
Give a nod at her. And we'll eventually wander back over to the group. Kind of looking over the tokens, like putting one between two fingers and kind of holding it up and squinting. What's on them? Or is there just plain?
They're just little, they have a little carved mark that looks like a giant turtle on them.
Are there sky turtles too? Just muttering to themselves.
No one answers, as you are, in fact, muttering to yourself.
Yup. Also, I have curiosity. So there are like trees and stuff. Are they in like in the village or in the outskirts or?
There's a few around the outskirts. A few just looks like there's little stands of trees scattered around the plains as well. Kristona, you're also noticing by this point that you are not getting drunk like you would normally expect to, or feeling it at all.
Yeah, they've been drinking very slowly, but yeah, they do not have the tolerance apparently from all the carouse checks I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Curious. Also, any of the, I guess, like, as we were going forward, were any of the trees look particularly old?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
God damn it.
You know I don't do crit fails on skill checks in this game because I think they're
but
dumb.
still.
Roll the 10. Examining them a little more closely, none of them seem particularly old, no.
Continue looking around as long as they stay. That's about it. But we'll go back to the group for now.
Alright.
Are you not going to do anything here, Digoroy?
Yeah. Haven't seen anything up my alley.
That true.
It kind of is. It just none of the games are ones you would be inclined to do.
Not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's still a little vaguely suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
You do come across what seems like a karaoke contest about to begin, Digroy. Should you wish to participate in something more along the lines of your bardly talent.
Do it!
I was looking for a ukulele rock off, but
Free bird.
You can try and challenge somebody to a ukulele rock off.
I think I will.
Find those bards. Teach them the the song.
Clearly, you guys haven't heard the latest. Let's follow along and try and keep up with the changes.
Are you gonna teach him Johnny Be Good?
Yes, let's do it. But somehow on a lute.
Alrighty. So, the rules of the karaoke battle are as follows. Contestants must all sing at the same time and attempt to successfully woo the men/maidens in the crowd. Each round, contestants have to take another shot of dwarven brandy, which should, in theory, make it harder and harder to sing properly. What's your performance mod, Deroy?
+8.
+8. Ooh boy, you are gonna
The
have.
crowd is also drinking because the more they drink, the better you sound.
Exactly. Well, the other thing is, if I sing dwarf songs, then as you drink, they sound even more authentic.
True.
Exactly.
Much like Irish music.
They're actually having you guys sing. Oh God, that's from what I've heard of. That is too fucking true. Oh, the song of my sort of people. As luck would have it, they are in fact having a karaoke battle using dwarven music to go with the dwarven dwarven brandy they're having you drink. So there's a young gnomish wizard who is using minor illusion to project lyrics in the air in front of you. And you begin the first verses of the famous song, Gold, 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 gold.
Go with the standards. Everyone remembers that.
Sung to the theme of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh,
Fuck
go 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 go
hell
go go
yeah.
go 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 go.
Gold, 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 gold. All the audience just start singing along. They know when to come in.
All right. 15 other participants of varying. Who actually succeeds the first round? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them fail the first round. You do fine. You will slug back some dwarven brandy to the. You'll slug back some dwarven brandy to the approving cheers of the crowd. Alrighty. Round 2, you continue. Gold, 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 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more of them fail out. You are still in it though. Doing just fine. Alright. The last bunch have come to play. Diggeroy, you almost get booed out, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is down to just you and one other person. An elvish fellow who looks at you. You couldn't sing better than me if your life depended on it, boy.
Kinda has.
I take another drink.
He also takes another. Roll another performance check. Oof. The last moment.
Not so much crap rolls on these.
Yes. The last moment, unfortunately, he manages to pull ahead of you. This is round 4?
I think 4, yeah.
Righto. He manages to pull out 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, you are just barely still in. Math is hard. Because round 4, yeah. He does better than you. You still manage to hold on for one more round, though. Come on, Diggeroy. Can you dig it? Ooh! Nice! The crowd is getting more and more demanding as you work your way through the remaining verse. Another! One last time, Diggeroy, unto the breach.
Yeah.
Hey! So, the elf, pompous as he was, gets booed off the stage. And you, good Diggeroy. Haha! You are the people cheering at the foot of the stage are enthralled by your beautiful singing of this dwarven song. They are very drunk. You have succeeded in wooing a group of people. You may pick the suitor of your choice from amongst 9 people. Or all of them. Or whatever subset of them you want.
Figaro becomes the Tenchi.
Sure. I mean, do we want to get into harem anime here?
Reverse harem is generally okay.
What's for reverse harem?
That's exactly what you think.
One
Find
girl and a
couple
bunch of
girls
boys.
who are friendly with each other as well.
There tend to be way less panty shots.
Yes.
Some more
Very
boxer shot.
appreciated.
Sometimes, rarely.
Basically. Yeah. Digger, you also notice, however, that you are not nearly as drunk as all that dwarven brandy should have made you. In fact, you're not drunk at all.
Hmm.
The other people still drunk?
They appear drunk.
Are they faking it because they think they're supposed to be drunk?
Make an insight check.
Oh.
They appear to be drunk. It's quite a question.
Did we wish to talk to anyone? Elder or the one who returned?
You should try and find someone like that.
Was there a preference?
First one we find who meets either definition.
Valora says the elder is in the house behind the tower. And the
Set up
other
against
was
the tower.
going to come to the tavern, probably.
Well, me and my new friends are going to wander around and see if anyone else interesting is here.
That's is that what the kids are calling it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Digger is going to fade to black for a bit.
Just hold up hand. Have fun.
Alright. Digger fades to black.
Then you can really find out who was actually drunk and who wasn't.
Everybody seems pretty. Everybody seems pretty drunk still.
For consent, Diggeroy.
Oh.
Continuous
Leave the man be.
enthusiastic consent.
What does Cristona want to do while Diggeroy is wandered off? Or what do Cristona and Bauer and Sido push?
I want to wait to talk to people until we have everyone, but Kristona's half tempted to go around like looking at more of the trees and the wildlife and looking for older trees again. Kind of want to talk to them.
Okay. Okay. You want to use speak with plants?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just. Huh. Speak with plants does not do anything.
Huh.
Make a nature check.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You look at you start examining the trees a little bit more closely. In particular, you manage to find one where the stump has been, where a stump's been left behind after one's been cut down. And you're examining the growth rings in the tree, and something is very off about them. They don't look at all like actual growth rings should inside of a tree. They look more. Well, they aren't there.
You found Disneyland! Yeah, I know you're gonna say the trees are paper mache. It's done with mirrors. If
You
they
have
like
once again.
tap it, does it sound like wood? Does it feel like something
Sounds
else?
like wood. It sounds like wood. It feels like wood.
If I put up detect magic
But
again, or
you can certainly try. Detect magic appears to show that everything is normal. Or shows that everything appears to be non-magical, except for the
over the tower.
what about the tower?
That everything shows is not magical except for, and then you cut off.
Except for the tower. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Well, seeing that the trees seem very off, what about other like plant life around here? Want to examine them?
So you start examining some of the plant life. You can't speak to any of it. The plants all, when you start looking at them a little bit more closely, they all look fine from a distance. But when you start looking at them a little bit more closely, using your druidic knowledge about plants, there's a lot of them seem kind of off. Things that you would expect to be there are things that you would expect to spot are missing.
Is the grass
Things
astroturf?
things that shouldn't be there. Something's weird with the plants.
Okay, now I'm curious about the animals. So yeah, seeing that's off, getting a little more anxious about this, and tries to speak with animals and tries to find like any of the birds or the small things wandering around.
Speak with animals does not work.
Do the animals actually like make noises otherwise?
Yep.
Do they act
No,
weird?
the birds.
They act weird.
Make a nature check. They seem to be acting normal as far as you can tell. Make a humor me. Make an insight check. Any of you. Cool. Bauer, you spot a lot of the birds don't seem to always be acting the way birds do. There's spend some time looking at them. It's hard not to on this island, and they're in a lot of ways they behave like birds, but they move in these weird patterns that are only really visible after you watch them for a while. They don't always act like actual birds.
I was getting increasingly more unnerved. Touching, poking any kind of plant, and seeing things get weirder and weirder.
Everything still feels, smells, sounds, tastes, the same as the same as you remember. But there's just not everything is quite right.
Like the Impossible Burger type situation. Like it seems the same, but something slightly different, and it's manufactured. Seems slightly manufactured.
But all the vegetarians I've talked to say it tastes just like the real thing.
I have them a lot these days. They're good, but if you're expecting it to taste like meat, you will definitely be disappointed.
Yeah, I figured.
Is this the 2.0 version?
I don't know. Like I said, it's tasty. It's just if you were expecting a hamburger and got an Impossible Burger, you would be shocked and dismayed.
I would definitely be shocked and dismayed. Yeah, After a while, gonna go back and find the others. All the
All right.
plants are strange, and we cannot speak to them or the animals.
Digora, you want to be back from your fade to black?
Sure.
It's only been like 10 minutes, he's just that good.
Well, I already got through the hard part. I've been singing at him. Anyway, yeah, that is weird.
To be fair, many of the people seem odd, but we can speak to them. Completely missing the irony of Christona saying people seem odd.
Well, I guess the other thing is, in Diggeroy's experience, did he notice anything off about the people?
They felt, sounded, smelled, and tasted exactly like how you would expect.
I mean, the people seem like people, but if they all came up here and somebody else made this place, I just wish I knew why this place was here. Like, what is the purpose? Because it's clearly the whale was made. Someone put that tower here, and it's very nice and all, but who is it for?
We hoped we could get some information from the plants and animals, but they are useless in that regard. They are not. This kind of scrunches their nose slightly. Very off, not having plants and animals that can speak to us. Not having quite the life that they should. We do not like it. Here's a question too. I guess just the sense of how the plants and animals are, like, they seem off, they feel right, but do they have that kind of like feeling of nothing that would have been similar to the Viscerad?
Define the feeling of nothing.
Like metal, like manufactured. Same feeling of like not actual life.
Like with the Warforged?
Like with the
You mean?
Warforged and just like the metal parts of the factory, like the factory feel.
Oh. Make an insight check. They seem like plants. You know, something feels off about them, but you can't quite put your finger on what. Besides the obvious.
Yeah. Which leads to an even more frustrated look from Christona. We do not have words for the strangeness. That is frustrating.
Well, I guess the other question is, do we want to stay and find out, or do we want to leave before it becomes a problem?
We assumed we would be leaving before we knew we could not anymore. It appears as if others have attempted to find truths here, so they would not oppose us doing so.
That's a point.
We would consider speaking to the elder and learning what has been attempted before they would know best, we would think.
That would be logical. But let's go find out.
All right. I think this is where we're going to end for tonight, guys.
Ta-da.
Yeah, I've managed to successfully derail myself. For once.
That's what you get when you roll 100, I assume.
Yes. You found Arcadia. I forgot to replace it with something when you guys decided to go break Ramus out of his prison. So instead you get Arcadia. I hope you, well, it shouldn't be longer than another session here. Or two, maybe, if you're particularly slow. But I don't think you will be. Yeah. Post your Arcadia conspiracy theories in the, in Table Talk, should you wish.
Disneyland.
It is not
The
Disneyland.
secret lair of the aboleth who's been creating bowers.
He is also a not quite. They're like a slightly off thing.
Right? See, it all fits.
Made by some crazy ass gnome.
An ass gnome.
Sorry, did you?
An
Sorry,
actual
did you
ass
just
gnome.
guess a crazy? Did you just guess a crazy ass gnome?
Yes, that's my my theory as to who's behind this.
Ah. Yeah, stick them in Table Talk. I will rate them based on how much I like them and how close they are to the truth.
Sweet.
Yeah. In the meantime, I will leave you with this lovely little mystery until next week.
Ta-da!
Nomination and stuff.
So I think it's my turn to pick. I'm gonna go with I think Bauer for being the first to drink the creepy bar's alcohol.
The bar wasn't creepy. The bar was just a bar. I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it?
Yeah, it's just a bar.
Was it?
Schnozberries are real schnozberries.
Like, 95% a real bar, yeah. The alcohol wasn't anything suspicious. Doesn't even get you drunk.
Any bartender that would agree to that alcohol abuse of putting it all together has to be a little bit off of a bar.
You know that they're just using that to get rid of some of the stuff they never sell anyway.
Anyway,
All right,
Thank you.
cool.
Huzzah.
I will see you guys next week.
alright. See ya.
Later.
I was about to.
Good night, all.
I'm a